Good morning, traders. This is today's Traders Daily Discipline. I'm your host, Jason Allen. It's Thursday, the 31st of July, 2025. I want to say hello and welcome to new listeners. We've gotten quite a few new signups over the past couple of days, and I'd like to say thanks for coming. My pleasure to be a part of your daily trading regime. Hope you'll make it a permanent stop. I've got a lot to share with you, wisdom wise. And of course, my 40 years of trading experience, I am sure we will find a place to connect on. I want you to make it a point to consider me your friend in the business, of course. So feel free to place comments, find me on the web, say hello, give me your feedback. Love to hear it. All right, getting right to work for today's daily discipline. Here's our quote to get us started. Strange as it seems, no amount of learning can cure stupidity, and higher education positively fortifies it. This was written by Stephen Vizenci, who's an author, Hungarian-Canadian author, most famous for his two books, The Innocent Millionaire and In Praise of Older Women, rumored to break up quite a few marriages. Um, I think what Stephen is trying to tell us here is that if you possess a level of stupidity, the more you learn and grow and try to develop and become educated and listen to the status quo and the, I guess you'd say, conventional wisdom, it's gonna be you're broken. It's over. It's not gonna cure. You're not gonna cure that. Now, in the markets, it's an interesting relationship between education, intelligence, and success. Some of the most successful traders I've ever met are people that don't really have college background. Were oftentimes people that worked in what would be considered non-professional areas of earning a wage. Maybe work with their hands or in the trades. Um, Not doctors, not anesthesiologists, not particle physicists. Um, I have to tell you, just from my personal experience of being a broker for a period of time in the futures, options, and forex business, that some of the most successful people I ever worked with were people that wouldn't waste time under certain conditions with education and training and study and all that stuff. They would go to work trying to figure out where the price moves were coming from and why, which is a different kind of analysis than studying price and trying to project price and predict price. And the difference between the two is a degree of stupidity that is really brought on. It's self inflicted, I'm sorry to say. It's really brought on by a belief structure that says that I can figure this out. And we would like to believe that there is a degree of figure this out available in the marketplace. And so we go to work with our charts and our graphs and our lines and our dots and our ratios and our calculators and our computers, and we try to analyze price and predict price. And this business isn't about the price. It's about what's happening behind the price. And our level of stupidity to understand and realize that, we all have it up to a certain point. Most people are never going to get out of that mess. I've met people who've been trading for 15 years or more, never made any money doing it, but they believe the answer is right around the corner just as long as I get this new system, or I learn more about X, or I just need to know a little bit more about how moving averages work, or some technical approach to overbought, oversold, or whatever. And they'll get really technical. I mean, I've met people who are experts at Elliott Wave. My God, what a heady thing. Can't make a dime. Well, I want to just encourage you to stop and think about this. If you're the kind of trader that I hope you are, you're really looking to find a way to make winning a positive, successful, everyday thing for you. If you're that kind of guy and you're not there yet, or maybe you are there, but you're realizing that this is temporary if I don't fix something, you know what I mean? I want to encourage you to remember that the real reason the markets move has nothing to do with things like technicals and fundamentals. The real reason they move is because there's people out there who believe something and they change their mind and they have to liquidate. And it's liquidation pressure that drives prices. But if you're not quite sure how that shows up in the market, that's why your analysis can't put you at the turn or won't keep you in the trend like it could. So I want to encourage you to remember there's a better way out there. And we're not necessarily stupid people as traders. But don't get caught in the mess of continually, constantly going through this study and education about the markets. What you want to do is understand who the market is. Don't learn about the market, understand who the market is. And I think you'll find that you're not in the same realm of understanding. And it begins to open the door to a whole new experience in this field. And I would love to see you have that experience. So, like I said, consider me your friend in the business. Let's not let our self-inflicted stupidity prevent us from earning the money that we can earn. So we can get our unfair share, right? That's why we're here. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday. In between now and then, good luck, good trading, and we'll see you next time.